Okay, Marge has been showing me her garden, and I realized that the video had stopped. So I don't know if I bumped something. She was giving me some cilantro. Oh, I hear church. Oh, what do I hear? Chimes. Oh,
We love
was that
chimes.
here? I live over by the Lutheran church, and I hear them. Okay. All right. She was showing me her nasturtiums and her lime trees. Here, okay, is this an orange here?
This is an orange tree, yes. And then there's a small, those little cuties, not a
Oh,
tangerine.
yeah, tiny little
Tiny
cuties.
little one. That little
Oh,
tree makes little oranges. Yeah.
and then her lime tree is over here. I'm gonna have to splice the video because all of a sudden it stopped.
Stuff. Oh, dear.
Okay, you know this little Japanese lantern. My mother, who lives in Anacortes, Washington, she designed a Japanese garden when I was a kid, and we were so impressed.
Oh, how
And
nice.
they kept that little lantern for years. Yeah. Now this is what, a Palo Verde
It's a
tree?
Palo Verde tree, and it's just starting to budge. So I think we'll have leaves when we come back from Michigan in the fall. The branches, the leaves are all the way to the ground.
Oh my
And
gosh.
in order to get from this part of the garden to that part of the garden, I cut myself a tunnel in the leaves. I just
Oh
take
my
a clipper
gosh.
and clip. And then on the other side, I have to do the same thing because it's like a curtain.
It doesn't look like that would happen. It looks like you've got it all trimmed up.
It's like,
yeah.
yes, we have, that's the first thing we do is we call the landscaper, and he's nice enough to
Wow.
come over, and he makes it look nice and keeps it trimmed enough so the wind doesn't knock it,
Yeah,
'cause-
like monsoon proof it
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah. I have about a 50-foot Chinese elm, and it was ugly all winter. All the leaves were in my yard and we hauled them away, and now it's bright, thick lime green. Now I've noticed in your front yard that's a mesquite, and that's
Yeah.
just barely coming back too.
Right, they both are almost to the ground when we come back.
Wow.
Well, this one
Okay.
is to the ground.
You've got a lot bigger yard than I do.
Hugelkultur Garden.
Okay, I hope they can hear you. Hugelkultur.
Hugelkultur
I'm not sure how to spell it. It's a German word.
Yes, it is, and it just, I don't know what it means, but basically I buried wood and put water with the wood as best I could. Make sure the wood stays a little damp, and it makes the garden grow, and if the plants want water, they go get it themselves. So you just make sure there's wet wood at the bottom, and you don't have to water every day. The good part of that is that you don't get weeds, because seeds are on top of the ground
Right.
and they don't get wet.
Oh.
But the bad part about that is if you forget that when you put your seeds in there, you have to water them, then they will never grow.
On the top, when they're
On the
babies.
top, 'cause
When
you
they're
put your
babies.
seeds on the top. So you either have to start your seeds separately or do what I do, and I try to remember that I put seeds in that spot and to water them.
So what inspired you to build this Hugelkultur? Some of us members saw it last year in April, but it's even prettier this year,
Well,
and you've
thank
got a
you,
lot more.
thank you. I've done a few different things. My inspiration came from taking a permaculture class.
Oh.
When I took the permaculture class, they said the most important thing is to use your water and not lose your water. And I thought, well, Arizona, water is really important. So that's the reason that I started. And in Hugelkultur, you go for a lot of diversity. So if you'll notice, there's a lot of flowers in my garden. And
This looks like poppies.
those are poppies. This is
Yeah, that's
all these
beautiful.
flowers. And now this is afternoon, so the plants
is.
look a little bit,
Thirsty.
wilted, but they'll be just fine. They'll be just standing up tomorrow morning.
So
you know.
how often do you put the hose on them? They get the water down
When I
to...
need the hose on them, I check, and I have one of these on the end of each flower bed, and it's just a pipe with a stick in it.
Oh.
And if the stick is damp, then it's damp down
It's
there.
damp. Look how...
And if the
I don't know
stick
if they
isn't damp, then it needs more water.
It was really damp.
Yeah.
So-
that's how it is.
so
I
the
have
stick
one,
goes way
back
below.
here for this garden.
Oh, for
And I
heaven's...
wasn't planning on planting tomatoes, but I had tomatoes to give away, and we didn't have a garden club meeting.
Yes, we
And
didn't.
so
We had to
there's-
cancel.
I put some of them in the garden and some of them in pots. And look at how small they are in the pot and how big they are in the garden. It's the same tomatoes. Only those
They
have been
are.
in the-
Those are tiny. Yeah, because
they're
their
not
roots
real
can't...
tiny, but they're not real big.
Yeah. Oh, can I
It's
smell
amazing.
your freesia?
Certainly. It's
Oh.
wonderful. It has like a lemon.
Oh, I
lemon smell.
love... To me, sometimes they're like apricot. They're laying down. I wonder what.
I don't know why they lay down.
Oh.
Maybe they need a nutrient.
To me, they're... It looks like something walked on them or something.
They just all, if you
You
look
have-
there, they're laid down, they
Oh.
all lay down.
Oh,
They
oh.
like to lay down.
Now, what do you call this? I have
Halo
had...
lily.
Yes, yeah, I've had these
Yeah, I've been
inside the house.
I've been
before.
cutting them down because they've been, they start
That
to
looks
fade.
beautiful there.
They
Now,
fade
is
a
that
bit.
an perennial or you just?
Yes, it comes up every year, but you have
Wow.
to make sure it doesn't have too much shade because if you'll see over on that side, there's a little one, and they were the same size last year.
I don't
But
even
this
see the
year-
other one.
Where
It's
is it?
gone.
Where is it? I must have moved it.
It's
I
got
moved
too
it.
much.
I moved it
Oh,
over here.
oh,
It was in the shade, so I moved it here. So
oh,
this
a
is it.
baby one.
But see, it was the same size last year. So what happened was I changed my
this is much
trellises.
bigger.
My
Yeah.
trellises were against the house, and I don't want them against the house. So I moved. I went 90 degrees with them.
Now
And
this one looks like jasmine.
That's
This
jasmine.
looks like
And-
it's not
and
blooming
this
till
is-
April, probably.
Yeah, I don't know the name of this, but
Well, it looks like a snail vine.
it is a snail vine.
Yeah,
I don't know
with
what
like
the
little pink
official name
flowers.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
I don't
pink
know the
flowers.
Latin
And
names.
I put a yellow.
You've got some little.
Yellow rose. I bought a yellow rose this year.
I love yellow
This one's going
roses.
to be a yellow rose.
So it'll get morning sun and then
Yeah.
protected in the afternoon.
Yeah,
When we were here last year in April, all these roses were fabulous.
Oh, they were. This
And
year it's
it's early
we've had
yet.
some cold weather.
Well, it's early yet. By April.
I can't throw anything away, so my ground seems to grow. This is fennel. I put fennel in my garden, but this grew outside my garden. So I've been putting them in pots.
Do you cook with fennel? I don't.
Oh,
or you
yeah,
eat
can
the
make
you
a
ate
wonderful soup out of fennel or
the leaves
whatever.
or
They're very tasty. I put them in all my salads.
I'm gonna have a little bit. I've had her cilantro.
Yeah, cilantro. You come out here, you have to have a snack.
Oh, that is nice.
It's nice. Throw it in your salad. It's wonderful.
Well, when you eat the fennel, not the foliage like we are, but isn't it kind of like a licorice taste, or is that some? Oh, okay.
And this is just
This
a
doesn't
milder-
tell.
Yeah, this is the tree I put to replace my strawberry lemonade tree, because I had a tree here. That's why it's all dirty over there. I had a tree right
Yeah.
there in that other spot, and it was a lemon tree, and the lemons were striped,
Oh,
and the leaves were striped.
very good. Green and yellow.
Yes. it was
Oh,
pretty. But the inside of the lemon's pink. It's for pink lemonade.
I saw one of those on the Phoenix Home and Garden tour. They had sliced one there, and
But
what
it
happened?
died
Oh,
because in the summer, this garden evidently most everything was dead in the dead of summer. You know. How
yeah,
it is here.
yeah, right.
And my daughter and my friend across the street both said, there's nothing in there, so should we not water it? Should we not refill the Hugelkultur? Well, they didn't refill it, and I hadn't put water
Oh, for the
here. The tree
tree.
was stealing water from the Hugelkultur.
Oh,
It's not a water bed, it's not like a wicking bed that has water in it all the time.
Yeah.
'cause I had just put some plastic in there,
but the plants grow when they're reaching deep for water, don't they? Isn't that the way they?
Look at this nasturtiums. I mean, there's the nasturtiums I put in my pot. There's the pot of nasturtiums. Those
Yeah.
are 10 plants. See how that is?
Well,
So
those
I
are
thought-
tiny. Yeah.
I thought that's the size of nasturtiums because I'd never grown nasturtiums.
You can eat them in salad.
Yes.
Well, I have some under my
flowers
tree,
are
but
edible, but they're a little peppery.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Can I eat one?
Yes. This is a poppy.
Yeah.
These are nasturtiums.
I'm gonna eat one of these.
Yeah, make sure you have a nasturtium. I don't know if poppies are edible or not.
No, but nasturtiums are supposed
Yeah,
to
they
be.
are. It's just that they're not. They just didn't go. I didn't think they were great.
What does it taste like? I'm trying-
Yeah.
Oh, it does have a kick to it, an after a peppery
Yeah.
kick to it.
So
Add a little color
as
in
you
yourself.
can see, everything grows here. But I tried the flowers this year for the bugs, and I didn't have any bugs last year, and I don't have bugs this year. But
I don't
do
see
have,
one bug.
I do have a little problem with cabbage loopers, which I never had before.
Can you show me one?
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, they're like a little. They curl up like a little. Oh.
Cabbage looper is like what you call an inchworm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've found those in
And-
my yard.
And so I know I have a problem because I have holes in my. This is supposed
Okay,
to
are
be,
you eating all this
broccoli.
kale over here?
I'm eating kale like crazy.
Okay, now what's that back there?
That's a Swiss chard.
Oh, that's supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, Swiss chard kale.
Because you're a
My
vegetarian,
peas,
aren't
yes,
you?
I am. Peas are going like crazy.
Oh, look at those little peas.
Something else for you to snack
Okay, I'm grazing. This is like when you go to Costco, you wander through and you sample all those things. This is like going through Marge's garden here.
on. Okay, well,
Can we
then you
go-
have to have some dill if you're going to graze.
Well, I know at your house at Michigan. These sweet peas are delicious,
And
aren't they?
good? And the dill's good too.
You had a bunch of dill at your house in Michigan,
God.
and it was just going
so
crazy.
funny.
So you took it to like a vendor fair with a
Farmers
little
market.
farm, and you gave it away, didn't
I
you?
gave it away. I had a whole garbage can full of live dill like this that I had stuffed in there. I mean, really, 2 of them I stuffed it in.
Yeah.
And then I had, it was later in the season, so all the seeds were ripe. These are immature seeds. They aren't brown yet. And the seeds were ripe, and I had been cutting off the
good.
seed pods and putting them in little plastic containers, and put a recipe in there for dill pickles. I'm talking and eating.
Yeah.
So I gave out 100 packets of seed pods.
Just from these little, when they go to seed,
Yeah,
basically.
because I had hundreds of these plants. They were growing in my garden when I got back from Arizona, and I don't throw anything away, so I just couldn't pull out a whole acre of these things. So I just cut the tops off when they matured, and I went to the farmer's market, and I got a scissors tied to the table, and 2 garbage cans full of
I
plants.
remember you sent me a picture.
Yeah, and people were cutting the dill off the plants, and then other people wanted the roots because they said Norwegians make chicken soup out of the roots of dill plants.
Really?
I don't know anything.
Is there a lot of Norwegians in Michigan?
I don't know.
Can we walk
but
farther
people-
and see what?
People wanted the dill plant, so they took every piece of dill. I had nothing left at the end of
Wow.
the day. I had 2 empty garbage cans, which is I still had my scissors, which was tied.
Yeah,
Just
that
good.
was-
My card table. I still had, and it was just amazing. And they just were so grateful. They were, I wanted to make pickles. I didn't know.
Probably
what to do.
Michigan is just overrun now with your dill. It's probably everywhere. Everybody's got it or cook with it.
Probably my beets are doing real well.
Oh.
Let's see.
You know, I'm not a favorite of beets. I don't know why. My mom said when I was a baby I didn't like them.
You didn't like? She tried feeding you beets
Yeah,
as a
and I
baby?
spit them out all over. Yeah, the baby food.
Oh.
Now, what's this little stick here
There's
for?
a beet for you.
Oh,
And his
for
is
the
a beet
beet
that's
lovers.
A little bit
Well, you
smaller,
can
but-
eat the beet greens too.
Oh, I eat the greens. Yeah, you cook them up like you do your Swiss chard with some onion and garlic.
Wow, that's a
And,
beautiful beet.
It's a little bigger than I usually pick them, but it was there, and I just saw it.
Wow.
And this one here is going back
You
in.
could have beet
in
salad.
the hole here.
Now, why do you have a bucket down there?
That's how I put water in my Hugelkultur. If you
With your hose.
with my hose, if you
it's
just throw the hose in there. So I have a bucket there, a flower pot there. Yeah, it's just a bucket full of
Yeah, but
dirt.
how'd you drill all those holes?
Well, we did. That's why I use flower pots now. In fact, you can't even see the flower pot. There's 2 or 3 flower pots on this side
oh,
too, that I just,
There.
they're in there. But I haven't had to put much water in this bed.
now
So
what's
you
that purple? Is that bachelor buttons over there?
Oh yes,
bachelor
those are
buttons. Yeah, I don't know
always
if they
plant
can.
bachelor buttons, but this year they seem to be, making. They're kind of like
Like a
crazy.
vine. They're kind of like a vine,
Well,
aren't they?
Yeah, they're supposed to stand up straight. They aren't standing up.
And
too
there's
straight.
more
This is
tomato.
Russian kale, red Russian kale.
That's a
like
pretty.
that
It's
kale
pretty.
Over there.
Okay, now what's this here?
This is broccoli.
Oh, do you have any
See,
heads?
there's a hole there, but I keep looking on the back. If you see those little inchworms, you have to kill them because there's none here. I look. Whoop. There you go. You wanted to see an inchworm?
Oh, it's a cute little thing.
Yeah, they're cute.
He
but
thinks this is a buffet. Yeah,
they think it's a buffet. So
There
the
he is.
moths are attracted to your garden, and what they do is they
Get rid of that little guy.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
They drop eggs onto your plants, and
Who
so
who
you-
drops the eggs?
the moths.
Oh.
And so then the little inchworms,
Oh.
which are cabbage loopers, make holes in your plants. What can you do?
I don't know.
So that dill I did not plant.
the birds planted it.
No, wind probably, because you know how that is. Wind will take it too.
Well, I
I
don't
just
see
love
a lot of
poppies
bugs.
and-
Oh, this is a foxglove
squash.
or
No, this
Oh,
is
that's a squash. Oh,
And it was up to here before the last frost. And then it went
Oh.
down to nothing.
Oh, you've got a squash blossom there.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
there's a little squash going to grow right there, little fat.
Oh,
fat.
yes.
Yes,
Oh,
right
you've
there.
got a
And this is a
variety.
different kind of kale. It's a curly kale.
Nice thing about eating it here instead of from the grocery store, even if it says organic, you know you haven't sprayed any pesticides here.
That's true.
Oh, we
True.
have more
Oh,
wind
my
chimes
My
here.
chimes are hanging out here.
Yeah. I love your yard. You
Now,
know,
this is fennel I planted, and thankfully it grew. They say don't put fennel in your garden because it will discourage the other plants. Well, you can see it's not discouraging too
No,
much.
no.
You know.
Why would it do that? It would take the water, or what would it do?
Well,
I
I
would
don't
just,
know. It's just
maybe
something
it's an
about
old
fennel. It
wives'
doesn't
tale.
play. It's not friendly.
Oh, it doesn't play in the
Unfriendly.
garden
Yeah.
well.
So that's an
poppies here.
eggplant back there. There's an eggplant. Those great big ones in the back are eggplant. They're kind of a dusty color.
So
There's
does
one
John
over
like
here.
to eat all your veggies? But he's not a vegetarian.
He's not a vegetarian, and I don't know if he likes to eat it, but he eats dinner every night.
Yeah. You're making him healthy whether he wants to
So
or
he
not,
eats his
right?
meat at his lunch meal.
There you go. Yeah,
And
his
so
protein.
he'll have his lunch meat or chicken or whatever he wants to have at the lunch meal.
Now, originally, you were asking members, when you first were inspired to do this about 2.5 years ago, to save the black pots, the nursery pots, because we were all,
so when you
okay,
came out last year, this was surrounded by black pots.
this is prettier. You've got the
Oh, yeah,
nice
yeah,
pavers now.
Well, but you know, when I first started it, I didn't know for sure we'd live here for very long because we wanted a 3-car garage. So we
Oh,
weren't certain. We bought this house because we sold our other house, and this house was available, and it was a time when I couldn't get necessarily the house I wanted.
yeah,
right away.
yeah.
So we
That's
bought this
the way
house,
it is
which
now,
a wonderful
too.
house, and I hadn't quite decided we were going to stay here. So the pots were real, and besides,
Oh.
I was digging and hauling. All I needed to do was have another 300 bricks to haul. I didn't want to do that. So in Michigan, I have a trailer I can borrow, but here I didn't have a
Oh.
trailer. So everything would have to go in my trunk, which is what ended up happening.
You didn't want to
So-
just call a landscaper and say, come and put a border up? You're a
don't do that.
do-it-yourself kind of a girl?
Yeah, I'm a do-it-myself person. So,
Okay.
so anyway, it was all pots all the way around. And the
Yes.
problem I had is I didn't have enough pots, so I couldn't put a lot of dirt in because the pots are only so tall.
Yeah, about 6
But
inches tall, maybe.
I got
Yeah.
my pots around, and I was happy with it, but I wanted to be able to sit on the edge. Well, you can't sit on the edge because all these flowers, but these are spring flowers. So come May, I'll be able to sit on the edge.
And
So-
then tend to the garden that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it's easier to reach in there if you're sitting down than reaching your
I
back.
just think it
and-
looks really pretty.
Thank
Your
you.
whole
This is
yard
your
looks really
cilantro
pretty.
flowers, which are delicious. I love cilantro flowers. They go in all my salads.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to eat some of your flowers
Yeah,
here.
there's some flowers.
Okay. Huh. It's very educational. That is good.
Yeah, they're just
Oh,
different.
there's a little bee here.
Oh, we have lots of bees, but they don't bother us. They're
No,
just
he's just trying to have a little cilantro lunch with us. Well, I appreciate you sharing all this with the members.
Oh, you're more than
Oh, we got a
welcome.
hot rodder
We've
joining
got-
us. Hot
The
rodder.
lettuce is going to seed, and it makes these
That's
lettuce seeds make our little puffy things.
Yeah.
And so I have a little mesh bag I'm going to put on that so that it doesn't blow away.
Well, then, because then you'll have
So
lettuce
I'll have
growing up
lettuce
everywhere.
seeds,
That
yeah.
doesn't even look like lettuce. It looks like it's about 4 feet tall.
It is because the kind of lettuce that is, I just pick the bottom leaves
Oh.
one at a time.
Oh.
And so if you look at the other side of the plant, you'll see it's a kind of balled so far up. And then after it's ready to go to seed, the lettuce starts getting bitter. So when it starts getting bitter, I
Oh.
stop eating that lettuce and eat a different lettuce.
You don't cut it down, though, and start
Well,
over?
if I want seeds, I don't. So I had a bunch of plants there, and I only left 2.
Oh, look at this parsley here. That looks really happy there. Lush and green.
Yeah, it's a happy parsley.
That might be one you gave me a start from.
Oh, could be.
Wow. So how deep did you dig the trench below this mound?
Not very deep. I'm not much of a digger in Arizona.
no.
But what I did is, before we went to Michigan, I put my compost from the kitchen
Oh.
in little spots around. So I knew
Oh.
where I was going to have this bed. And so I just kind of dug down a foot and threw my tomato peelings and my carrot peelings and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff in
great.
there and covered it back up. And when I came back from Michigan, the worms had done a little work.
Oh.
So it was easier to dig. So if you see a picture of my digging, you'll see there's deeper spots and not so deep spots because, it's not easy to dig in Arizona.
No, it's like
But
clay
I wanted it
down there.
such that if we did move, I didn't have to take that wood out of here.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
wanted to make sure the wood was mostly underground. So it
So
worked.
now are you thinking this feels like home? You're going to stay
oh, yeah,
now?
we're staying now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I went through the trouble of putting this.
Oh, it's
blocks here.
beautiful. Right now, there's a shortage of homes. I don't know about, how the corona and everybody out of work. In fact, I'm
Really?
not 6 feet.
Shortage of homes.
Well, there has been, yeah. All of Sun Lakes, we only had like 82 houses all winter. And we've had as many as 400 before.
Wow.
So people will
big
say, well,
difference.
I'd like to change. I'd like a bigger garage or I'd like a pool. Yeah, good luck, good luck.
Yeah.
So it might change. The market can change overnight.
It
So.
will change overnight.
But
They
if-
say we're expecting a senior tsunami, so who
Yep,
knows?
who knows?
Yeah, that could
And
happen.
this garden here we looked at earlier with my camera. Oh,
This is cilantro. These
So-
are more peas. And these are all flowers. And I didn't realize that flowers would be so intrusive, but I like them, so I'm letting them.
well,
do
what
what
kind
they
of
can.
flowers are these?
These are just like those. Look at the
Oh,
leaves.
oh, poppy.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
poppy.
they just haven't.
These don't get as much sun.
Okay, and behind you, you have what?
This is a squash or a pumpkin. I had pumpkin seeds, and I don't know. This could be pumpkin seeds. I didn't
Have to
plant
see.
anything here on purpose, but
It'll be a surprise.
this
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's coming. I think it's
Oh.
a pumpkin personally, because I
Wow.
had some pumpkin seeds.
Have you tried cantaloupe? My friend John, who's
Oh
93.
yes, I had cantaloupe last
Yeah,
year.
he had
or the year
good-
before,
you
but I
could-
never got to eat them. They
Oh.
didn't come until after I was gone, and my
Oh.
friend who was taking care of my garden thought she would just leave them till I came back. Well, they were all dry. They were like
Yeah,
marachas.
yeah, they were totally
She should have eaten
dehydrated.
them, but she didn't. She's not a gardener, so she didn't know.
No,
Yeah.
no, bless her heart.
But it's
No,
just
you got
it's an
lit.
adventure. This is the bright light kale, and this one was going to seed. So
Isn't that a beautiful
I cut
colored
it off.
stalk
It
on
is
there?
pretty. Yeah, they
It's
are
just
pretty.
beautiful. And
Yeah,
the
they're
salad,
pretty.
too.
It's pretty kale, and it's a little sweeter than that other. I called it kale. It's not kale. It's Swiss chard.
Yes, there was
It's-
one over there
yeah,
too.
this is a sweeter Swiss chard than the other. And we've picked a few cabbages in spite of those cabbage
Aren't
loopers.
those little cabbage heads cute?
So
Yeah,
they're wonderful.
Wow,
Those cabbages.
you have a wonderful garden. All I
thank
have is flowers, so
This is
I have to go to
mustard.
Safeway.
This is mustard. It's peppery. You probably don't want to taste it.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of peppery. So, but it is.
Do people eat mustard greens though? Don't
Yeah,
they?
and they make mustard from the seeds. So it looks like this one's going to seed on me, and this one too.
Okay, what is the rule about things going to seed? The only reason I'm asking is we have a new member, Kim Recker, and she lives. I started to videotape this earlier, but I think we were on pause. She lives right next door to Marjorie Wright, and she said, Marjorie, if you want any basil this summer, I've got a little plant in the backyard. Well, she came back in the fall, Kim did, and it was like a bush 5 feet
Well,
wide.
they do.
It was
Basil will grow
huge.
humongous.
Well, she said that Marjorie pinched it off so it wouldn't go to seed, and then it kept growing and growing. Is
Right,
that what
so
Marjorie did
There's a
something
basil
right?
Plant. There's a basil plant right here.
Like if she would have let it go to seed, it wouldn't have been that big.
So
Is
see
that?
this basil plant?
Yeah.
Okay. You see how it has these little leaves here?
Mm-hmm.
If you just pinch off the top right there,
yeah.
like that, and then there's something else to eat.
Yeah. Can
Here,
I eat one?
Eat out here. Sure.
I'm gonna eat one. I love basil too.
Then the plant
Oh, it
will
smells so good.
bifurcate. It makes
Yeah.
like a fork with two, so you'll have two stems.
Oh,
Starting
okay.
where I pinched it,
And
you'll
that
have two
tastes-
stems. So if that's what you eat, instead of eating the bottom, the leaves at the
Mhm.
bottom, if you just keep pinching.
Well, maybe that's what Marjorie did. We'll have
Yeah,
to
mine
ask
never
her.
get that big because I'm not here to pinch. But when I come back in the fall, my basil's that tall.
Well, Kim is a new member, but she said her husband says, honey, come out in the backyard. You won't believe what happened to that little tiny basil we
Well,
put
that's
in
the
before.
thing about when you come
So-
back, it's always a surprise. This
Yeah.
I gave away all my celery plants but one, and this is the one I didn't give away, and it came back this year
Why would you give them all away?
because I didn't know that it was the end of year. I'm leaving. It's
Oh.
like April, and I'm leaving.
So you pulled them all out?
I pulled them out and gave them to people because it's celery, and they could plant them in their garden.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I put them in pots. And anyway, they were little plants, and I thought somebody might like them. Well, they did, but I didn't know it would come back, or I might have kept two plants.
Yeah, that looks like healthy looking celery.
It's nice celery.
And you could put the leaves in a salad too, probably.
Have a taste.
There we go. There we go. I have a friend from Costa Rica, and she said they have terrible celery there. Nobody can eat it. It's like watery and stringy or
dear.
something. Yeah. She said she misses her home country, but not the celery.
Oh, celery's good.
Oh,
It's wonderful celery.
it's wonderful.
Yeah, it is good.
A lot of flavor, very
It is
crispy.
good. Yeah, celery's good. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. This is more kale. I plant a lot of kale because the lady who takes care of my garden in the summertime,
Mm-hmm.
she likes kale, and I like kale.
It's good for
So
us.
I'm
I
not
like
afraid
it
to
too.
plant a lot of kale. Isn't it amazing
Oh.
that these nasturtiums would be this big? And
It
that's
looks
as big as I
dry.
thought
That one
they
looks.
would be.
Is that one dry?
Yeah, they're a little dry.
Yeah.
Right now. I don't know.
And the other ones are humongous.
and it's got water, but
I want to
evidently-
get a still photo before I leave of you standing somewhere by the hook. Because anything else we want to say on the video? If it's too long, I won't be able to.
You can cut and paste, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could put some in a different thing, you know. I don't know. Is there anything?
Anything you want to say to the members?
Well, if they would be interested in hugelkultur, I'll talk to them, or if they're interested in a wicking bed, or if they're interested in square foot gardening where you try to put a lot of plants
I hope
together.
they can hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me to your garden.
My pleasure.
It's always nice to to have your company. Marge was our past president and a friend of mine, and I am very impressed with her garden. So we're going to say over and out for now, and keep well, keep safe. It's beautiful. Get out in your gardens. Bye. Bye.